Hi everyone. I know that sometimes just getting started in a course can seem a little overwhelming. So in this video, I will show you an example of working through the assignments for Chapter 1. Remember to always consult your syllabus to see what exercises have been assigned for the chapter that you are working on. If it isn't listed in the syllabus, then it's not something you have to complete. Okay, so let's get started. So some of the work for the course will be completed and submitted in the CMNet website. Other exercises will be completed from the textbook and then submitted through the Blackboard course website. I do have the CMNet website address listed in the syllabus, and you can also find that link to CMNet by logging into Blackboard, which you'll see here. I'm on the course homepage for Blackboard for our Blackboard course. And you'll see here that I do have the link for the CMNet account. There we go, the CMNet website. You can just click this link and go straight to the CMNet website. Okay, so make sure to always consult your course syllabus to know where to find the various assignments. And again, you'll see that there's a link to the syllabus from the Blackboard website. If you can print out your syllabus, even better, but you can always obviously find it in the course website. So the syllabus will tell you where to find various assignments, what things need to be done, and the order in which you need to complete your assignments. And also please make note of all the due dates for all of the coursework. And remember that there is a lot of information listed in the syllabus, so make sure to always keep it handy and definitely use it as a reference if you have questions about the class or to check assignments and due dates. It really is your guide for the class. In this video, I will use the Chapter 1 assignments as an example of how to move through your coursework. Okay, so let's take a look. So here you'll see that I have the Chapter 1 assignments listed below, and it does say to complete the assignments in the order that I have them listed. So our first step is to complete the Chapter 1 sim book. And you'll see that I have that I list the CMNet website under the assignment location and information heading. And this area helps you know where to find and complete the corresponding assignment. So you'll see this assignment, I need to go to the CMNet website to complete it. So let's do that. So I already have the CMNet site up and running. So you'll see here is the Chapter 1 sim book. Okay. So the sim book chapters have all of the same information contained as are in the textbook chapter. And as you're reading the information in the sim book chapter, you will also come across the Show Me, Guide Me, and Let Me Try buttons. And this is where you're going to stop and make sure you're understanding the concept that you just read about. Use the Show Me and Guide Me exercises if you need them, but you do have to complete all of the Let Me Try exercises to get full credit for the chapter. So let's go ahead and click on the sim book chapter, and you'll notice here that I can either open it directly here, or let's scroll down for a moment and you can see here are all of the different parts of the sim book chapter, and you'll notice over here that some of them have points associated with them and some don't. So for instance, the chapter overview does not have any points. I still want you to read that one, but it's not part of your score. Anything that does have a score or points associated with them, that's what you definitely need to complete. So let's take a peek real quick. We'll go to the chapter overview, and here's where I would just continue to scroll down and read what we were going to cover in the chapter. Then I'll click the next button to go on to the next page, and you can see this page is going to be talking about creating, opening, and saving presentations. So you would go ahead and read all of this information and continue to scroll down, because many times there's a lot of information on the page. And here's where we come to the first Show Me, Guide Me, and Let Me Try buttons. So again, I want you to do all of the reading and definitely do at least the Let Me Try exercises in the sim book chapter. Let's keep going, and you'll notice, see, I have to continue to scroll down. Just because you finish one Let Me Try on a page, it doesn't mean that you should automatically go on to the next page. There may be some more information, so continue to scroll down until you are confident that you're done with that, that page. You can see there's another Let Me Try here. So there is quite a bit of information many times on just one page. Again, make sure that you've completed all of them before you go on to the next page. Let's see, so once you've completed the Let Me Try exercises, you will get a check mark next to that particular page, so you'll know that you've completed all of the Let Me Tries for that page. Okay, let's go back. I'll click the close button here so I can go back to, and I'll say yes, I want to exit to the summary page. Okay, you can see I got a check mark on this one because I read it, but then I didn't do any of the Let Me Try exercises on that page that I was just showing you, so you'll notice that there isn't a check mark here yet. As we go through and look at this list, you will notice that there's pause and practice exercises here throughout the chapter because, again, this chapter mirrors exactly what is in your textbook. And then you'll notice that there are all of the end of the chapter exercises as well. You don't need to review any of these pause and practice or end of the chapter exercises because I've assigned them to you, and you'll get to those in just a bit. So you definitely don't have to have check marks next to any of these. You just are going to do the ones that I've assigned to you, and the pause and practice as well. If you want to stop right now and do the pause and practice, that's okay, but usually I recommend that you go through the entire book and then go back and do the pause and practice. Let's see. And do remember that you don't have to finish the chapter all in one sitting. You can complete as many tasks as you would like or you have time for, exit out of the chapter like you just saw me do, and then come back to it at any time up until the chapter is due. Again, you just want to make sure that you have all the check marks next to any of the ones that have points in order to get full credit for the SimBook chapter. Okay. And then I'll click on the assignments link to go back to my main SimNet web page. And let's take a peek at what we need to do next. So let's go back to our Chapter 1 assignments. Again, you may be looking at your syllabus. And next on our list, it tells me to go to Blackboard, and it looks like I'm going to be completing these pause and practice exercises. And you can see again under the assignments location information area that I'm going to find this information in the textbook. But first, I need to go to the assignments page and download any files that I need for these exercises. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to the Blackboard website. And you're going to go ahead and click on the assignments link over here on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to look for the link that I want to work on. So I'll go ahead and click on the Chapter 1 Pause and Practice Exercises. And on this page, you'll see the due date. Make sure you consult your syllabus for the exact due date. This is just an example. The points that are possible. And then there's information on which exercises you're going to do, and then any other information that I want you to know about this particular assignment. So as I scroll down, I do see the files that are needed for this exercise. So you can go ahead. I'm using Internet Explorer for this example, so I just clicked on the link for this particular file, and then you can go over here to our little settings area, and I can say File and then Save As. Now, what I would recommend is that you create a folder for each chapter to hold all of your work. So I've created a sample folder just on my desktop. I already made one for Cbte 128 class, and I'll double click on that. And then I want to go ahead and create a new folder, so I'll just call it Chapter 1. And then I'll go ahead and double click on that. And now I can save this file to my folder. So let's go ahead and save. And then I can close this. If that doesn't work, you can also right-click on whichever link and choose Save Target As. And notice that it came back to my Chapter 1 folder because that's where I was just a moment ago. So I can go ahead and save that one. It wants to ask me if I want to open it, but I don't need to do that right now. And you would just go ahead and do the same thing for this one and click on Save. And then for the last one, this is our PowerPoint presentation. You can either right-click them here, or if it does give you the option down here, you can say Save As. Each browser saves items in a little bit of a different way, so it just kind of depends on what browser you're using. If you have any questions on that, just go ahead and let me know. Okay, so I have now saved all of the files that I will need for all of my pause and practice exercises. Okay, so you'll notice here I have the pause and practice exercises assigned, but let's go back to our syllabus information, and again I have them listed here, and I tell you to go ahead and review the pages in your book if you need to, pages 1 through 24. These are the same pages that you saw in your sim book exercise, and then the first pause and practice exercise is listed on pages 25 and 26. So those are the pages you're going to go to, and you're going to read and complete all of the numbered steps on these pages. And you'll see for this chapter, I have assigned pause and practice 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3. And again, you're just going to follow the directions in your book for each of these exercises. Okay. And these exercises, you're actually working in the PowerPoint program. So you would go ahead and open up PowerPoint. You would open up an existing file if the directions tell you to. In Chapter 1, I believe you're creating a presentation from scratch, but most of the other times you would be opening up one of the files that you downloaded. Okay, so for these exercises, you're working in your actual PowerPoint program. Once you've completed all of your pause and practice exercises for the chapter, you're going to be ready to submit your work. So we would go back to your Blackboard website, and I was still on the exercise link that I wanted. If you weren't, you could go ahead and click on Assignments, scroll down, and then you would browse. You would click the Browse My Computer button to find your file that you need to upload. So in this case, I have my folder on the desktop, so I would just go ahead and find my folder, and I would double click. I would double click on Chapter 1 or whichever folder you're working on, and you will have your files renamed, and so your file will not look like this. But just as an example, if this was the file that I needed to upload and submit for my assignment, I would just go ahead and double click on that, and you can see that it uploaded it to this assignment page. If you had any questions or comments that you wanted to let me know about, you would go ahead and type them there. And then when you're ready, you know that you have the file that you want to turn in, you would click the Submit button, and it would turn it in for you. Okay, so we'll just do this as an example. So I clicked on Submit, and you can see that I have this now submitted. Okay. And do remember that there is, if I go back to the assignments page, if you have any questions about or need a review on how to submit an assignment, I do have a video tutorial on that as well. Okay, so now that we've finished this part of our Chapter 1 exercise, let's go back to our syllabus. And it looks like the next thing we need to do are some projects a guided project and an independent project. And again, you can see I'm telling you here in the assignment location information that I need to find this information in the SimNet website. And I do have information listed here in the syllabus about how to work with these projects. So remember, again, in your syllabus there is a lot of information to hopefully help you along the way. So let's go back to the SimNet website. And now I'm looking for projects. So I'm going to scroll down just a little bit, and I can see here is the Chapter 1 guided project, and it's 1-2. Again, disregard this date. Make sure that you're consulting your syllabus for the exact date. This is just an example. When I want to get started on my project, I'll go ahead and click this link, and you can see that there are 3 different steps to working on a project, and I do have some information listed in your course website for specific information. But the first thing that you want to do is get your project files, and you will see that you need to download your instruction file, your start file, and if there are any other additional files that you're going to need for this exercise, you would find them in the resources file. When you're first getting started with your projects, definitely I would encourage you to look at the best practices file here. This will give you information on how to work through the projects and hopefully answer any questions you might have. So don't skip that file. Make sure that you read that. Okay, so once you've downloaded and saved the files to your computer, and again, I would definitely save them in the Chapter 1 folder that you created earlier. And you might also want to make a project folder just to keep your items kind of organized within your Chapter 1 folder. So you can make that folder if you want to, or if you don't, that's fine as well. But then once you have everything downloaded, you're ready to get started on the project. Make sure that you follow the instructions from this instruction file, not the one in the book. It's just a little bit different because we are working on this project through the SimNet website. For each project, you are going to work live in the program, not in the simulation. So even though we started in SimNet to get the information that we need for the project file, we would actually go back into PowerPoint and you would open up the file that you had downloaded and then get started and work through the project using the instructions to finish and complete that project. Okay, so once you are done with your project, then you would come back into the SimNet website. You would go on to step 2, which is upload and save your file. And then the last item would be that you would click on Grade My Project button to submit your work for grading. Okay, so those 3 steps need to be completed for each project. Once you've completed your project and submitted it, you can click on the grades link found here at the top of the SimNet website to review your grade for the project that you just turned in. And this also, you'll be able to see the grades for anything that you're working on through the SimNet website. So you can see here is the guided project 1-2, and once I submit it, I would have a grade in here, and if there's any comments here as well. Okay, so let's say I finished that project and I'm ready to go on to the next one. I would click the assignments link to go back to my main SimNet page, and then I would look for the next Chapter 1 independent project that's next on my list. I would click this link and repeat the steps that I just showed you. Once you've completed both of your projects for this chapter, let's go back to the syllabus and see what's next. Okay, so I've completed both of those. Again, there's more detailed information in your syllabus as far as grading, how the projects are graded, and that you do have 2 chances to complete each project, and your highest score will be recorded in the grade book. You can look at your results of each project and then make changes if you would like, if you need to, if you didn't get 100% the first time, to try to earn back points. Okay, So next on our list, it looks like we have the Improve It project. So for this chapter, it's the Improve It project 1-7. This exercise is located in the textbook, but here it tells me that I need to go to the assignments page first to download the files needed for this exercise. So let's go back to the Blackboard site. If I scroll down on my assignments page, I do come across the Chapter 1 Improve It project link. I can go ahead and either I can read the information just right from here and just right-click on each one and say Save Target As, or I can click on it and save it this way as well, do the Save As just like I showed you previously. I would go ahead and still save it to the Chapter 1 folder. Okay, so you would save in all of the files that are associated with your project. So you can save them from this page, or click on the link and go to the actual assignments page, the link itself, whichever you prefer. Do read the information here that I have provided to you. Many times I will have notes or different things that you need to know about the particular assignment. This is the same as with the pause and practice. Once you've downloaded your files, you will work in the PowerPoint program. And then, make sure that you're naming and saving your files back to your Chapter 1 folder. Here at the top of the information here, you can see that you'll be working on pages 62 to 63. Remember, that's also located here in the syllabus. Definitely use your book as a reference as you're going through. If there's something that you're not sure of that it's asking you to do in the project, or if any of the assignments, always use your textbook as a reference. Okay, so now it says when you finish the Chapter 1 Improve It exercise, return to the Chapter 1 Improve It link on the assignments page to submit your work. So back to the Blackboard site we go. This time I would definitely click on the link, and you can see again there's 30 points possible. You would have your due date here. Consult your syllabus for your exact due date. As we did with the pause and practice, you would click on Browse My Computer, and you would find, again, this is just an example, but so I obviously haven't worked through these right now, but you would just click whichever file is appropriate. Type any comments if you had any comments or questions that you needed to ask me, and then click on Submit. And that would turn in that assignment. Okay, so it looks like that's it for all of the Chapter 1 exercises. Now the dates will be listed in your syllabus. Oops, sorry, I have a little typo there. Sorry about that. But remember that all of the dates are listed in the syllabus as well as in your course website. So let's go back to your Blackboard site just for a second. How do you check your grades would be the last thing to talk about. So any assignments that you submit through the Blackboard website can be checked by clicking the My Grades link here on the left side of your course website. So let's go ahead and click that. And you can see here now for the examples that I was doing, I don't have a grade yet, but I do have this little icon here, and it says that it's waiting to be graded. So you can see on the My Grades website, right now I'm looking at everything. I can look at just those items that have been graded, any that are upcoming, or any that have been submitted. So let's click on the Submitted button, and I can see that I have turned these in. So if you're ever not sure of maybe did I turn something in or not, you can always do that. Click on the Submitted button to check. Let's go back to All. So here's where you can check your grades for any of your Blackboard assignments. If I wanted to check my grades in the SimNet website, again, I can click on the Grades button up here at the top, and I would see my percentages over here. Your final grade will be determined by combining both your Blackboard points and your SimNet points. Please take a look at the last 2 pages of the syllabus for the grade scale, and then also more information on how to convert your SimNet percentages to points. So once you've completed all of your work for chapter 1, now you're ready to move on to the next chapter. Time to go back to your syllabus and see what's next. So I hope this video has been helpful to you to help you get started and understand how you move through the coursework in your class. If you have any questions, please let me know. Take care for now.